Welcome back to Pyre, I'm Dear Darling, and let us lead our band of exiles to their freedom and absolution. Well, last time we conducted a rite against a load of sap people who were rather arrogant, and we met Sandalwood, of course, this man right here, and now we're heading to the north, I suppose, to conduct our next rite, where basically we have far more questions than we have answers right now. At dawn, Wilfred is ready up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lies your next destination. Sklorian Shore. I was like, where's my cursor? So we know it's up a mountain. It's going to be very cold. Ooh, pretty. As I say, I love the sceneries in this game. There's just such lovely aesthetics. They'd make really good backgrounds as well, probably. Alright, alright. You get clear of the woods at last and arrive in lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Allodial. You'll have to make it all the way to the top. In a moment of respite, Wilfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded.
You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible, am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you?
He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject, only know the truth of how you feel. What does freedom mean to you? Doing what you want, achieving inner peace, having no master, going where you please, to feel true love, living without fear, nothing at all. Freedom means being able to make decisions on your own terms. Freedom means having a clear conscience and carefree heart. Freedom means answering to no one's will other than your own. Freedom means being able to go where the heart yearns without restriction and without fear. Freedom means not having one's strongest feelings, emotions repressed and rebuffed. Freedom means living life without concern for others' judgment or approval. Freedom is just another empty goal to chase, to give one's life a false sense of meaning. Okay, wow. There's a lot to break down here. I have a feeling he's going to sort of not chastise me for whatever I pick, but he's going to be like, interesting, or cute, or how quaint. That's how I imagine. Doing what you want. Like, kind of, I feel like, in a literal sense, but I don't think that's really what it means to me. Clear conscience and a carefree heart, maybe? Having no master, I don't think it really matters to me. Going where the heart yearns without restriction and without fear. Not bad. Feel true love, fair enough. Living without fear. That's not a bad one either. Nothing on. I'm not. Like I'm like nihilistic, I suppose, in some sense, but I'm not that nihilistic. I have a positive, positive nihilistic, idealistic nihilistic. I can't remember the term for it. Freedom means not being forced into responding to such questions. That's such a sassy response, which I'm not going to pick. Strongest feelings, living without fear. Well, the heart yearns without restriction. Okay, it's not about going where you please. That's perhaps to a physical response for me. Having clear conscience and a carefree heart. I don't know, I guess these all could be freedom, to be perfectly honest. I'm probably going to just choose the emotional one, because that one seems much more up my alley compared to the others. I mean, these are both pretty good, but I'm going to go to feel true love. You tell Wilfred that freedom is to experience pure requited love, and a deep emotional honesty and fulfillment. If you love someone and they love you back, nothing else matters. He considers your remarks for a short while.
A romantic, are we, my girl? An interesting interpretation. And I'll grant you that when one is spurred by love, one tends to feel unbounded by other forces typically at play. Nevertheless, the lover you described does not supplant basic necessities, and may be unable to take root in certain circumstances. Yes, of course. I mean, freedom, I suppose, sometimes has to be a luxury, doesn't it? Not that it should be. It should be a requirement, if anything. But, you know, pressing circumstances give for pressing times. The love that you describe might well wither on the vine in such a place as this.
He then turns his attention to the whole group.
Now, let me tell you what freedom means to me. Freedom means to live without fear. Ah,
I nearly chose that one.
To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think.
He looks out towards the distant mountains.
Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more, and you would be exalted there, given the highest honour, the opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At least you would be complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost, and the 8 scribes, if they are out there still, have made quite clear that they shall not intervene firsthand. That is where you come in.
He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you.
Long have I wished to gather such a group, but together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling now.
Okay, so we have a greater purpose.
The plan, then, is this. We free each other from the downside through the rites. Then we meet up on the other side. We organise. Each new moon at dusk, we join together at the Spiral Sanctum.
The burned down remains of the old capital of the Commonwealth remain stand as a warning to those who would seek to spread forbidden knowledge.
We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest.
Alright, fair enough.
You're planning a revolt. Just so. I'm asking a lot. You do have other opinions. Deceit, however, is not one of them. Oh, you do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader myself, you know by now that we can see through it. But you need not be a part of this. Nor is it my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish. Live out your remaining days here, like so many others. So if any among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth, as you are doing here, then speak. Then speak now.
I imagine Pamela might have something to say, but I can't imagine the others. Wilfred pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Fair enough.
Very good. Some of you consider yourself friends, some others not, but all of you are bound together through the rites and are integral to our plan. Remember that. You seek true freedom. You will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth. But together, you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise.
You know, I feel like the game's trying to make me feel like Wilfred's a bad guy. You know, I kind of disagree with what you're saying here, to be perfectly honest. You know, he just seems like he just knows more than what's going on, but he just lets you know exactly what you need to know, right? And no more, no less. And then he lets out a long breath. I don't think he's got ulterior intentions. Or at least I hope he doesn't.
That's it. I ask you all to think of this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit.
Wolf returns to the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said, and plot the wagon's northward path. Well, I guess we'll go to Mer Pass, I guess. Wilfred indicates it's the only way to reach the base of Mount Allodial. There's an interesting line he said, that soon your journey might come to an end, which suggests to me that if I played this differently, if I sent because I had a theory that basically once you max out the XP bar, that means they can leave the downside and join the Commonwealth again. So I'd imagine if I played this differently, like if I only used Jodariel from the beginning or something, she'd probably have enough XP to, by doing this right, she would have enough XP to be able to leave already. But I don't think we're going to have that for a while because everyone's being raised up quite balanced. So it's basically no one's going to leave for ages in our group until one person leaves, and then everyone is going to leave within like the next 3 rites or something.
Beyond lies Mount Allodial. I suggest we make camp here at the base of a mountain, for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent.
Sure, discuss the plan. The Beyonder Crystal seeks Tizo. Tizo. Let's have a little chat with Wilfred.
There you are, my girl. There was something which I wanted to discuss with you in private.
Of course. Wilfred. He's a long-standing exile of the Nightwings who seeks more than his own freedom. I don't know why that was glowing. Stares at you rather intently, as if reaching out to you, and then...
You do know what it means to be a reader. Those such as we are not limited to reading pages from a book.
Why are you so sad?
Though your ability in this, I sense, is nascent. Still, mere flashes, uncontrollable.
How are we going to leave the downside if we're not getting experience from the rites? Or maybe we are, we just can't see it. That's actually an interesting point.
I see, as well, now, that they haven't told you yet. Your friends. And that explains a lot.
Pardon?
They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free.
Oh. Well, I guess that answered our question.
I'd wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group, in light of this. The answer, then, was plain. You simply did not know or fully realise.
Well, you know, at least we'll help our friends get free, and that's more than I can ask for.
They did not deceive you, by the way.
I did not think they would. Everyone's actually pretty honest around here.
There's no reason they would know. Themselves other than Tariq, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I'd expected, when at first we met, that you have so many comments in your sentences, that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states it plain. I probably forgot it, though. Only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path towards enlightenment, and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you have not gotten to that part just yet.
Volford breaks free from you and looks at you again. Then he speaks to you as normal.
It is plain that you are not in adequate condition to conduct our rites, and this group values you as a reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you are getting into here.
Don't worry, I perfectly understand.
Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think our rites can help you return, if that is what you had in mind.
I'll find my own way, maybe. Or maybe you'll find a way on the Commonwealth for me.
So, once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to it that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome, but this journey we are on, it has no guarantees. Not for you, nor any one of us.
Wait, you're a reader as well? Oh, so you also can't go free. Oh, weird.
Do you understand?
Yeah. Volford indicates a reader such as you cannot go free through the rites. Say you understand, say you do not care. There's more stake here than your freedom alone, and besides, perhaps there's a way. You've learned in life to keep your expectations low and tempered. If Volford really wishes to know your thoughts on the subject, he knows where to find them. I understand. You understand the words of warning, yet, just the same, you choose to carry on. There's more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom for yourself.
I admire that, my girl. Then, very well. Know that we have much at stake here. In this, anyway. Much more than just a shot at going back into the Commonwealth, which casts us down here to begin with. It sounds like you intend to stick around, then we'll have lots more time to chat as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then.
He strides out the wagon then, leaving you with your thoughts. Beyond a crystal. Scribe trial 1 available. I was beginning to wonder when you would return. What's on her mind? How very kind of you to visit me again like this. Oh, lovely reader. I thought I was standing about in the blackness of this void, thinking it would be most pleasant if something were to happen for a change. There was a long period of time that this incarceration of mine failed utterly to do anything but bring me peace of mind. Not much of a punishment. I invite you to imagine an upbringing among the Sisters of the Arch, an ancient band of killers trained almost from birth to carry out their missions without fail. All the sister need was his name and a sum of 500 sol up front. Living on the outskirts of civilization, your days are full of training which could kill you or just cripple you for life. How do you suppose I lost my sight? Through a glorious battle with the scribes, or in a careless sparring session with my master. But I'm not forgotten enough just yet. In any case, at first I welcomed the prospect of not having to struggle every moment to survive. But in less than 2 centuries, why, I started to grow terribly bored. It did not help at all the Nightwings of the early days were the stodgiest lot you could imagine, obsessed with obeying Rebecca strictly as they could. Some of them started to remind me of myself, I think, when I was young. Such idiots, a lot of them. But what am I saying? Lovely reader, I shall not bore you further with such matters. I would have bored myself to death back then. If only I could die. Like so many others, I think mortality is something oft taken for granted, until it is taken away. So given your mortality, what say that we get back to business here? Sure. A scribe trial for Tizo. Very well. Let us consider among those idiots who is worth my limitless time. Tizo, we're not going to give you that. We're gonna drag no. I want the one where you'll come back after being banished, maybe? No, we should give you hope. Yes, we should give you hope, probably. I don't think the others matter. Like, yeah, I don't think that matters. So we're going to give you hope so you come back quicker, because this is going to be difficult if we have no way basically to resummon you. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials of Tizo. I dare think I remember something of that imp. He certainly stood out from all his ilk, although that really is not saying much. Well, let us bring him forth. This must be the hardest trial. Like, I thought Jodariel's was hard, but this is going to be really hard. Tizo soon appears, in heed of a summons. Creaky. Tizo seems prepared for whatever lies ahead. Like, because Tizo banishes himself every single time. So I suppose we sort of need to jump in, banish everyone, then come back, because we'll respawn faster and slam dunk. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, imp. You answer to me here. Hack! Tizo indicates his understanding and is prepared to begin Sandra's trial. You know the formalities, of course. Show me, then, what you've learned thus far about the rites. Here, hello? Discord message. Here in this trial. It shall be just you, my beyonders, and your lovely reader. Let us see how you fare. Spectral Triumvirate, banished for eternity, and travel with rights. Okay, so this is going to be hard, I think. But I'm going to do my best. Woo! Okay. No! Okay, we have a 3-second respawn time, so that's not too bad. Alright. They're very aggressive, I must say. Oh, I didn't jump. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is not good. How long? It's only for 3 seconds. Oh, excuse me? Okay, this is going to be so difficult. Oh, they have such a low health count. We're just going to find our method of attack. Oh, dodging through. Okay, so two more. No. Yes. Okay. We just had to play hyper aggressive. Because they're so aggressive as well. We also need to be aggressive. No. We actually respawn a lot faster than I expected. When we explode. To get someone. No! So close. Oh, they're probably going to stand back now, aren't they? Oh, not quite. Oh, that's bad. Respawn. No! Okay, we've got 1 shot to make it count. Just let it be. No! Oh, come on. Come off it. That's okay, I don't think we can score from there. Get dropped. Oh, okay. Actually started to sweat there a little bit. That was really difficult. My word. I'm so bad at using Tiso. But also, I don't think Tiso is very good on his own. I think he really needs his allies so he can clear the way for his allies and then, you know, everyone else can participate. But Tiso is excited to have completed Sandra's challenge and awaits her approval. A worthwhile effort, Imp. Your performance was sufficient and you passed my test. Your predecessor may well have approved. Thus, congratulations are in order. To you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Alright, so what's a special charm then? Do you feel a kinship with the stars? You owe everything to them, perhaps one day even your freedom. True that. He says, happy to be back, and wonders what it is that Sandra granted you. You take a closer look at the new artifact in your possession. It's going to be something about him exploding and basically, like, I bet it's like the first time he explodes in each round, he doesn't get eliminated. Helb's wing. Tiso flutters and zip abilities cost less stamina. Okay, I was completely wrong, but that's actually really good for completing Tiso's trial. Accept reward. That's actually crazy good. Methinks. 35%. That's a huge discount, I'm not gonna lie. I guess we'll do the right or discuss the plan. Fulford wishes to continue speaking with a group. Yeah, we'll do that now. Earlier, Fulford called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Oh, that's not good. Oh, wait. What are you saying? What am I saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We earn our way back one by one, or not at all. Oh. But I thought... I swore that we'd go free together. We may go free together yet, but it's going to take time, and this is only the first phase. You, Hedwyn, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here's how coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend to Mount Alodial, there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured, it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through Scribesgate. Instead of scribes themselves kept watch over Scribesgate, the judgment of the scribes determine who can cross and who is sent the fast way down. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest, if she did not merely skim that chapter of a book. Yeah. I read it. Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Solium. One of the downside's celestial landmarks, a temple at the highest point of the downside exists to honour the 8 scribes and meet our adversaries of rights.
They're to be the Tempers,
a mighty triumvirate that has been the closest rival of the Nightwings, led by the demon Ignarius. He's a notorious demon leader, one of the most feared triumvirates in Rites. Okay, so he's probably going to be... This is probably... I bet we're going to lose the next Rite. Not like as an on-purpose story beat, but it's going to be a lot harder.
You'll know him when you see him. Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks. Then once one of the triumvirate prevails, there's somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth.
Oh! So you don't need to reach max experience. Huh. You can just win, and they'll be going back to the Commonwealth.
Whisked home to the Commonwealth. Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about all of this. The same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever, and freedom from downside is impossible. Many of these details describes himself as wish to be kept secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets well. So, then that's it. We climb a mountain, someone goes back and everyone else stays. For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed for us that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall just be a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up.
Oh. Wilfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time now for your vacations. At dawn you shall begin your ascent of Mount Alodial. I wonder if we're meant to try and get everyone to max out on experience before we send them away on these sort of through the things. So we can mentor someone. Who's our closest to being max XP? I think Jodario is, right? But okay, but there's no way we're going to get anyone to max level in time. Who would we send away? I think we should send away Tizo, because I'm terrible at Tizo. I don't have anything against Tizo, it's just I'm so bad at using him. And then Jodario, I suppose, should be next, maybe, I don't know. You find a quiet corner near the Black Wagon's grounds to delve into the secrets of a Book of Rites. The greater understanding comes to the reader's influence. Exile's banishment or aura. Let's get one more +1 presence. The texture of the pages of a book, the foreign bindings, despite the volume's age, it shows so little sign of wear. At times, the power emanating from it almost overwhelms you. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from a book or from within, you cannot tell. Tenacity. Everyone gets +2 presents. Nice. I'm not sure what to think about that. Okay, if we have to, I think May should probably be the one we stick with the longest, because I like using May. So it should be something like Tizo, Jodario. Who else is a bit awkward? So, I was going to call him Sir Galadriel, that's not right. What's his name? Sir... what's the worm's name? Hold on. Sir... Godeman? I can't remember anymore. I can't even remember what perfume is like, to be perfectly honest. Interesting. It's very multicoloured, this region. It certainly has the most colour in its palette out of all the scenes we've seen so far. Here before you lies Mount Alodial, stretching far beyond the line of your sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. Your companions gather round before Volfred, who stands tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense a tension in the air.
Now then, you all have many questions, no? I've done a lot of talking, so go on. Ask away.
There's only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who should it be? That's what we should be discussing as a group.
Go on now, don't be shy. Who first? Questions?
Jodario.
Why us? Why you indeed, madame? That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against as adversaries in Rites. What is it that they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped the plan via the Rites. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honour those ones who live to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not? But as for you, I've been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So I planted many little eyes and ears throughout the land, Whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound, took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for it. That someone proved to be Hedwin over there. He was tasked with seeking 2 trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon and a reader. He was invited to bring others for a ride, all different sorts, gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free. Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then, why you? Because I have reason to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The Rites, as you have seen, are quite exclusive. You are imposters in this little party. You could be the one to break it up.
Imposter?
Now then, more questions.
Your head is beginning to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. I'm going to keep listening. Continue listening to Volfred. Yes, this is important. Your fellow exile's freedom seems to hinge on Volfred's plan. You ought to consider his every word. Soon you have another right to conduct. Best to focus on matters close at hand. Yes, I'm going to keep listening. It's very important. Volfred's explanations are a lot to take in, but you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he is willing to tell you at this point. He prompts for further questions when Jodaria raises her voice again. Hold, you mistook my meaning. I understand your plan. Still, I wish to know, why us? Why are we, among all others, chosen for this liberation rite? On a blood and millionaire of fall of sodium, an exile from a prevailing triumvirate shall go free. The anointed champion shall then shall plunge into the shimmering pool and return in the glory of a book of rites. So actually, it seems like we're starting to get into the mid to sort of end game of Pyre now. I actually thought they would have to max out the XP, and that would be what would let them leave, and that would be, you know. So I thought we had like tons and tons of this game left. It seems like we're a lot further along than I thought.
Ah, I see. Well, but that is simply really, madame. You are chosen. You are qualified, I should say, because as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. Though in this case, the expression is quite literally true. When the 8 created the rites, each one of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf, exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they formed have stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as their individuals moved on or passed on. You've met them as they are today. The accusers, a vindicative triumvirate that conducted many liberation rites in the past but seldom prevailed, led by the nomad Lendor the Liar. They were like one of the first we thought, right? Withdrawn. A triumvirate of bug dwellers, compelled by sinister forces rather than by freedom, led by Crone Witch, Udmilde, the snake people, right? And so on. But 8 scribes also formed a special group, against which all the others would be judged. That's us. That group they called the Nightwings. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position for a chance to take you on.
Yeah, well, what if they don't? What if we don't? What if we don't show up?
Then you would deny yourselves a chance at freedom, and deny it also to your adversaries. Victory means nothing in common right, men. Participation is all that matters. Not so, madame. Only the enlightened may regain their freedom, or failure can be an excellent teacher. The scribes do favour the victor. So you see, those who do not conduct the rites, or do not prevail in them sufficiently, they may find themselves barred from the liberation rites. But these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gotten free. Yet still, the other triumvirates pressed on, with fleeting hope that one day you'd be back. It's been a heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you excuse me, we'll talk again some other time.
My word. Some murmur themselves about all this as Wolfred takes his leave. Others reconnoitre pathways leading up the mountain and present you with some options. Emperor's Ascent. May believe 8 scribes will bless whoever goes through here, so this is something for the next challenge. Except some long lost valuables to be stashed here. Okay, we don't really need valuables. I think we need a buff for the next very difficult right I think we're about to go on. Turns out money is not all that important if the only things I care to buy are upgrades for the specialist amulets. The sublime beauty of Mount Alodial, along with a thin air this high above the sea, has been enough to silence even most talkative of your companions. However, May has been positively bursting with excitement. Isn't it wonderful? I think it really is. Don't you? Screw-coo. Tizo seems not to share May's enthusiasm. He does not like the cold. You've been here before, Tizo. Isn't that so? Why would you ever leave? I wouldn't leave. I'd stay. I think I'd stay. Unless, maybe I got too cold or hungry. Wait, is that? Something about her changes then. Wait, look. But Tizo, don't you see? Look, don't you see them there? Scrackery? Tizo seems to be exclaiming something in utter disbelief. You see, You yourself see nothing, but May rises almost off her feet as the imp looks on, astonished. Was that the scribes? It was. I know it was. They said something to me. They spoke to me. They told us we are welcome. We're welcome here. Something which just came to mind is, like, for example, if we sent May away on this next thing, we wouldn't be able to get any more blessings from the paths we chose, right? We could only get things from the other people. Oh, that's interesting. May runs off to spread a word among all your companions. Strangely enough, her enthusiasm is infectious, and in spite of everything, your spirits rise. You gain +2 hope for the next rite. Nice. I don't think we'll have enough time to do this rite in this thing itself. Sir Gilman wishes to look upon the sacred waters here in the temple cistern, second of 2 paths leading to the mountain summit. Hedwin expressed a passing whim to see the view from here. Temple High Road, first of the 2 paths leading to the mountain summit. Let's do temple cistern. Seeing as Hedwin only had a passing interest. Maybe he's just, playing coy with it, but I'm curious to see what lies over here. And plus, I don't think we've done something for Sir Gilman yet. At long last! The worm surges towards the water of his cistern. You decide to join him for a brief excursion, there after another hard day's ride. You find him in a shallow pool, appearing very much contented. Aww. This night, he thought he may never again feel fresh water's cool caress against his scales. Are we bringing even Sir Gilman on this thing? I can't remember. He sighs, splashing about from time to time. Then he turns his attention over to you. Oh, we should have thought about that. We should have done Hedwin's one. You, Master Reader, are most kind to take with you his wayward knight. He swears to prove his self-worth, himself to you and to the rest. Although maybe the buff he gets on the next rite will carry over not from this rite, but to the next one he participates in. I don't know. He knows that soon someone may go free. He knows that the choice of whom may weigh upon you heavily indeed. For it is you who ought to make the choice. Is that not so? This night he heard it from the others, so it must be true. Now listen, please, upon what little honour this knight has. This knight's penance isn't yet complete. There's a much atoning to be done. So when rises the occasion to decide who will go free, this knight wants you to know something. Please do not choose him, not even if you wish, not even if you can. He begs of you, allow this knight this simple dignity. Actually, that's a good point. We learnt nothing about the other stories yet, which seems like a problem. With that, Sir Gilman sinks into the waters. His tail waves to you to leave him be for now. Sir Gilman does not believe that he deserves his freedom yet. Alright, fair enough. Oh, consider his way. Oh, he got XP. Cool. Yeah, I'd rather send people on their way through the gates once we've learned more about them, but we've learned literally nothing about anyone. And I wonder if that's... You know what? It's probably because we didn't do the one-on-one mentorship with the other... with our companions, didn't we? Yeah, we must have, because I've read him a book every single time, we must have missed out on lore. I don't know why I didn't think of that. You and your companions gather out at Scribesgate, where a single narrow trail to the summit narrows even more, and falls under an archway carved of stone. Come along now, everyone, and be prepared to speak your mind when you are called. Frankly, most of you still lack enlightenment, but we may pass together, much how we act as with a single heart and mind during the rites. Well then, lead on, Tariq. Please, follow me. Removing his hat, the lone minstrel approaches the gate. You and all others follow. When the last of your... Oh, I thought this was one of our companions. I was like, who's this? When the last of your companions near the arch, you notice someone standing high above, who then appears before you. She eyes the lone minstrel first. Is that you, Tariq, the gate guardian? It is. Greetings, Celeste. She watches over Scribesgate and seems to be connected to the lone minstrel on the right. And how is your rest? Too long, Celeste. It seems your work has powered up in the meantime. You bring this many to the gate? Aye. Then, let us make this quick. She gestures towards the rest of you. Now, each of you in turn, state who you are and what you seek whilst crossing the Scribesgate. Hold on, I need to, wipe my nose. Apologise for that. Do as she says, please, without questioning. You follow your exiles, exchange glances, but quickly comply. I'll start. They call me Hedwin the Deserter. I've come here seeking freedom. Oh, so this is where we start learning about them. I've come here seeking freedom for myself and my companions. In my case, so I can return to be with one whom I love. The woman bids him forwards. Verlaine Minchell prompts Ruki to speak up next. I'm regarded by the name Ruki Greentail. I just want to get out of here, I guess, which with my chums preferably. Go see Mama back home.
I am Captain Jodario. I do not truly know as yet what I am seeking here.
Oh, my name is May, and I am here, I think, because the scribes have called to me. It must be them, because if not, then who? Squeak!
Tiso seeks to live up to the Nightwing's legacy, and may see the Commonwealth again someday.
Sir Gilman of a Sea Dominion, at your service. This knight is on a quest to find his honour. He lost it at a certain point.
Oh, what was your voice?
Pamafane, I'm only here because my sister's here.
Then, as Volfred steps forward, the one called Celeste raises her voice.
You, I recognise you from the Nightwings of the past. You are not clad in the raiment any longer. I wouldn't know why.
He is going to be our 8th member.
I had my chance already. The Nightwings that now stand before you. I travel with them as a pilgrim now.
I see. Then state why you're here, as have the others.
My name is Wilfred Sandalwood. I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side, and bring our freedom to the people there.
She waves him by. Then she turns to you, for there is no one left to go.
State who you are to traverse Scribesgate. You're a crippled scholar. You're just an old farmhand. You're just a war orphan. You do not know who you are. When we learned you knew the old ways, we came for you. You could not run far. Your youth is gone, but your thirst for knowledge earned you a trip to the downside nonetheless. Years of strife between the Commonwealth and the High Wing remnants afflicted you since birth. Try as you might, you cannot make out the details of what life was like in the Commonwealth. Okay. I guess we can choose who we are? Well, I'm definitely not that old. A war orphan? A crippled scholar? I don't know which of these I am. I'm going to say I don't know who I am. You cannot for the life of you recall a time before arriving on the downside. Details of a Commonwealth are scarce within your mind. Perhaps you wanted to forget the place. The one called Celeste continues to examine you, expecting you to add to your response. State also what you truly seek to traverse the Scribesgate. You want true freedom. You wish to return to the Commonwealth and to live out your days there, do as you please. You wish to do whatever it takes to see your fellow exiles regain their freedom. You want to help your friends, almost certainly. You want revenge. The Commonwealth which could cast you down into the downside cannot be forgiven. Or you want to see what happens. All you expect is the outcome of this whole ordeal is going to be interesting. I want to help my friends. The companions you have met here who have helped you survive, and to find kinship in the downside. Your priority is to ensure that they achieve their goals. That is all you wish for now. The woman regards you for a time, then nods once and waves all of you by. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome here. Go forth with glory. And Tariq? Aye, Celeste. Be on your way as well. The lone minstrel bows his head and puts his hat back. He does not look back at her. Intriguing. So we got the 8 stars up there, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stars. So we got our 8 companions and us. Make up the 9, probably. This episode's very long. From the top of Mount Alodial, you can see the distant downside before you. You think of the many thousands leagues you cross to reach this point as the sky grows dim. Weird. Page revealed with mercy shown. Okay, I want to talk to people. Jodario. She seems to have something on her mind. I wonder if she'll be like, I think I'm ready to go. Jodario appears to be prepared for whatever is to come this night, but it is not yet dark. She is already in her raiments. Hedwin soon joins her, also looking ready. Any sign of Ruki?
None as of yet. Complained about chafing at the collar of his mask. Our freedom might be hinging on that collar then. I'm certain that it is.
They share a laugh together. The 3 of you exchange glances, but nothing is said or needs to be said. Soon, if Alfred is to believe, one of your companions may regain his or her freedom. Hey, what did I miss? Am I late? Is it starting? Is it starting yet?
Easy, Ruki. We got a little time. It isn't starting yet. How fare your struggles with your mask, Greentail?
Feeling a lot better, thanks. Just had to smash it repeatedly against a wall for a little bit. Put some of the old nerves to bed there for good measure. Though, this is really happening, huh? One of us might be getting out of here, like, soon.
By dawn, in fact, if all goes well.
If all goes well? Well, that's one way to look at it, I guess.
What are you getting at, Greentail?
Well, it's just, we might be breaking up the band here, people. If one of us gets out, that's been bugging me a while now. I thought we were getting out of here once. He shoots a look to you. Some of us. we might not be getting out of here at all. Hedwin stamps his fist against the wall. No, not if I can help it. We made a promise to each other. Each of us, the four of us. We're all getting out of here. I care about the others too, I do, but we've been here from the start. I want you to know, my promise is to you, and I believe you'll do the same for me. So it's like this. If any one of us gets out, great, but it's just a start. We're going to do whatever it takes there, on the other side, to make it so the rest of us can get back too. What? You think they're gonna build a bridge down here if we ask nicely or something? I don't know what's going to take. I just know we have to try. Jodario turns to you. Rita, we shall find a way. She nods to reassure you and to reassure herself. Ah, thanks. Ruki nods his head in turn, and Hedwin's gaze never once falters. Well, my friends, I think it's just about time. Let's go. Gosh. One by one we turn towards the door. The fall of Solium awaits, a vital step in your quest for freedom, yet you feel in your heart that it shall only be the first. Your three companions gain +1 hope for the liberation rite. Oh, I think we're actually going to bring all three of them, so steal yourself in turn. That's pretty good. River Frost. So cool it can burn the skin, but keeps the wagon cool and food fresher for longer. Keeps it from the Scolian shore. Okay, so we're just going to do everything and then we're going to round off this episode. The mercy shown, the Imp Haub and I, we helped save my Emperor, and when the danger did subside, my Emperor Solium Mer, he said something to me, which shook me to the very essence of my being. He said, "You gave your freedom, Master Golathanian, so that I may yet have mine." Ah, so I wonder if this is meant to be a hint that we're meant to let the Imp go. You too now are exiled the downside. In all the days which I've left, I never could repay the mercy you've shown me, so if I cannot do in this day, then I shall do it in the next. We crossed the land together, and together with the Imp, we gained the company of those who saw in what I did. Wonder what Sasha's got to say. What's on your mind?
This place, where you currently reside, it must be Mount Elodial, is it not? This is where those blasted scribes decided what to do with me. I'd already failed in my mission to eliminate the demon Solium Mer. 8 of the 8 scribes of a Book of Rites, known as the first exile, the last of his name, a once proud emperor who neglected his nation and found penitence in the downside. I did not anticipate his retinue, you see. They took me and some of my beyonders alive, although I do not expect to see account of that in their good book, whether it was for mercy or for spite. I never became certain. They probably presumed that my expulsion for eternity would eventually have taught me some respect for them, but no, not yet. Not yet. Well, I do not mean that really. The scribes did spare my life, and were it not for that, I would never have been fussily trapped, to then enjoy your company, O lovely reader. Now then, having met my quota of blaspheming for time, I think it's best that we resume a normal sort of business between us, if there is any to speak of, and good hunting of a precipice. May you soon rid the downside of some useless idiot.
Farewell, Sandra, and I think we'll have to do the rest of the stuff next time. I don't know who we're going to send where, but we've got to round this episode off here because it's far too long. So for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Pyre, I've been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments, subscription, shares are greatly appreciated. Join my Dear Darling Discord, follow me on Twitter down below. Hope we see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.